everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday for March 14th. I'm going to give it a minute here for all of you to find me live before we get started with my Easter presentation that I have lined up for you guys this week. So if you are joining me, please comment and tell me hello, and we will get started in just a little bit. But I've got some really fun cards and a fun 3D project lined up to share with you. So I'm excited to be able to do that and share it with you guys. So as you are coming on, please comment and say hello and let me know that you are here. Hello to Philomena. Welcome. Welcome, welcome to my Facebook Live for March 14th. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, oh my gosh, she didn't go to the Stampin' Up! Event. I know if you guys follow other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, you probably know that a lot of them are in Houston right now, enjoying our onstage event. And yes, I'm having a little bit of what I call FOMO, fear of missing out. But I had to make the tough decision to not go this year. Just so that we could use, again, you only have so much money to do things, right? So we're using my saving money to be able to go out and see Natalie as a family, my husband, Claire, and I, in April. So we will be gone for 4 days in April. So I chose to not go to onstage this year, plus the cost to get to Houston was a little bit, it was quite costly. When I priced plane tickets, it was upwards of almost $600, and I'm just like, ugh. So anyway, I am having a little bit of the fear of missing out, of not being at the Stampin' Up! Onstage event. It's one of the first ones I've missed in a while. But my friend Dawn is keeping me abreast on things and giving me little sneak peeks of products that they're able to share and allowed to share with us. So it's been kind of nice that she's been doing that for me. So hello to Janet and hello to Shelby. But yeah, so that's why you guys have me here with you tonight. I did not go to Houston for the onstage event, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys some awesome Easter projects using the Excellent Eggs bundle. So the neat thing with this is a class that I have open right now for registration. And so I do have a handful of you that already purchased it, and I'm going to be getting those kits prepped and out to you tomorrow. So after my live is over, I will be getting those kits ready so that we can get them to you, so you have time to put your cards together and time for you guys to get your Easter cards in the mail. So, well, thank you, Philomena. Like I said, a little bit of the whole fear of missing out, but for the most part, I just keep looking at the prize of seeing Natalie. I'm starting to really miss her, so I'm looking forward to being able to see her in April. So we will be gone. There will be a Thursday. I won't be live with you. I think it's April 11th, because we are going to be flying back that day. We're going on a Sunday through a Thursday to see her in April. So anyway, other announcements that I have. So the last couple of weeks, we've had so much going on here in our house. You may have seen that I posted our new furry friend that joined our family. His name is Olaf. He was originally named Speck at the cat rescue place. But Claire has been volunteering at this place called the Karma Cat Cafe, and she needed some volunteer hours for the National Honor Society that she's in, and fell in love. Of course she did, because Claire's my animal person, but fell in love with a cat. And needless to say, she finally convinced her dad that we need this cat in our home. So we have a cat, and she named him Olaf. If any of you are wondering what that is or where the name comes from, if any of you have watched or seen advertisements for Disney's movie called Frozen, Olaf is the snowman in Frozen. So since the cat is an all-white cat, my sister actually helped her come up with that name. So she named him Olaf, and so that is our kitty cat's name. And he is so lovable and kind and constantly wants to be by you. I did close him off upstairs so that he couldn't come down here and jump on my lap. And plus, he's not really used to being in my basement. We've kind of just confined him a little bit to our living room, my office, Claire's room, where so he has access to his food and his litter box. Because our house, I don't want him overwhelmed with our house, because we got not a big house, but just lots of places for a cat to hide. So, but he's adjusted so well. We are so surprised. I thought for sure he'd go hide in a corner somewhere for the first 2 days. Nope, on my lap, on Claire's lap. But to complicate things a little bit, I know Sarah, isn't that a cute name for a cat? And hello to Lori and Sonia. But to complicate things even more, Claire has been so busy the last 2 weeks. So she is playing in the pit for the orchestra, or no, pit for the musical. She's playing the cellist part. So she has been practicing nonstop all of her music for our high school musical of Beauty and the Beast this weekend. So if you are local, come on out and support our school. They put a lot of hard work into it to be able to put on this presentation for our community. And then on top of that, Saturday she has her state solo ensemble competition. And so she's been practicing like crazy for that. So she just finished her last cello lesson before going to perform on that. So she has a performance tonight. The musical opened up tonight. And then she has performance tomorrow night, which I'll go to the one tomorrow night. Hello to Shireen. And then she's got her solo ensemble that we're going to be going to on Saturday morning over in Midland. She has to be there by 8 o'clock. And then she has her musical Saturday night and another musical performance on Sunday afternoon. So I told her after this week she can hopefully breathe easy again. But she has been working nonstop and practicing like crazy for all of the things that she's got going on. Natalie's been doing phenomenally well. A little update. One of my friends from CMU, her and her husband went down to Florida, and they looked Natalie up and ended up taking her to go get groceries and helped her get, because she can only carry what she can carry from the grocery store that she can walk to. And so they took her to a bigger super center and let her get all kinds of things that she needed for groceries. And she took a picture of this great big cart of stuff. So she should be set pretty good, at least for like the pantry items for the rest of her duration of her last 2 months there. And then all she'll have to go do is get like her perishable items. But she was so excited that they did that for her, and so was I. So kudos to Jamie and her husband Chris. That was so nice of them to do that for us. So anyway, but Natalie's doing great. I asked her if she's missing home, and she said, missing some things about home. She said, but I think I'm still okay being here, at least for now, but I'm sure I'll be ready to come home when my time is up. So, but she's doing well. She had a couple other friends go down and see her over spring break, and that kind of boosted her spirits a little bit. Actually, one of her roommates that lives here went to see her, and then another one of her friends that she met from the area, his whole family picked her up and took her to dinner and stuff like that. So she's had a few visitors, which has kind of made it nice to break things up. I know, Lori, it hasn't gone fast for me though. Like, I've been missing her like crazy, but I've been busy too, so it makes the time go faster when I keep myself busy. Anyway, a few other announcements before we get started. I talked about the new annual catalog last time. But we have a new annual catalog that will begin May 1st. And so you'll be getting that in the mail mid to end of April. If you've ordered from me in the last year, you'll get a complimentary copy sent to you. If you don't get it by the end of March or end of April, please let me know, and I will make sure that you get one sent to you. Also, save the date for my BOGO sale. My BOGO sale will be coming up in June, and I believe we have it set for like the teen weekend, the 15th and 16th. I think it's that weekend. I'll be looking at my calendar again to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the weekend that we will be having it. I usually do it on a Friday and a Saturday, Friday and Saturday mornings from 9 to noon kind of thing. So if you're used to coming to my BOGO sale, put that out there. It's the kickoff of all my new catalog stuff, or all the catalog stuff from the last year. I kick it off with my big sale in the basement. Then from there, it goes to all of my different events and things that I do throughout the year. But this is where you get first dibs on everything from the 3 catalogs for the last year. Classes that are open. We have my Easter card class. So what you're seeing tonight is a class that I will be getting in the mail. If any of you are interested in it, I'm going to try to get them. Well, what I do have of those of you that have bought this already, they're going to be going out tonight, so you have time to put them together. And then I have I have a couple of different Stippled Roses classes that are currently open. And then April 13th, I'm doing my Spring Fling retreat. It is a 8-hour or 12-hour retreat from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and you bring your projects to work on. I have optional classes. My entire theme, if any of you have seen the Flowering Zinnia bundle, it reminds me of my grandma Ranky so much. I just love that bundle. but my whole retreat is focusing around that bundle. So the make and takes, some of the product will be your goodie bag. I've designed, if you saw my little sneak peek last night, I've designed an 8x8 home decor piece, perfect for Mother's Day. I have an optional class that will be focusing in on that bundle, and also the make and takes will be focusing in on that bundle. And if you're part of my BB monthly club, that will be the bundle I'm using for April. And so I'm really excited about it. I love it. My cards are all designed for it. I did all of the designing with that bundle last night. And it was so fun to be able to share and think spring. I was going to be doing the poetic expressions for April, but fell in love with this bundle and thought it would go over. You guys would love it. It's such bright, beautiful paper. So I'm sure I'll be showcasing that on a Facebook Live coming up, but it's an online exclusive bundle that just came out, and it's available for you guys to purchase right now. I think the stamp set might be on back order, so I think it's like till the 25th or 18th, so only a couple weeks, but it's going to come back. They're just manufacturing more, but the bundle is definitely going to still be available. You can still get it, so I'm really stoked about that. If you want in on my BB monthly club for March, I'm using the perennial lavender, which I showcased a couple weeks ago here on my Facebook Live. Okay, so with that, how about we do our sharing? I didn't do our sharing, and then I'm going to transition my camera down to my Easter stuff and let you guys see the cute little 3D project that I just created and finished about 10 minutes ago, and then all of my awesome cards for you guys as well. So if you shared my video last week, you got into my drawing for some prizes. One of them is a celebration item, but, you know, again, who can't use embellishments, right? This was one of the celebration items from Celebration that just ended. It is the opaque faceted gems. And then I had the rainbow adhesive backed dots. I have two winners. So the winner of the rainbow adhesive backed dots is Carol Grove. So congratulations to Carol. And I will be using these on my projects tonight. And then the winner of the opaque faceted gems is Marianne McGinnis. So congratulations to Marianne and to Carol. Those will be coming in the mail to you here very soon. And then up for grabs for you guys this week, I have a bolt of the Sweet Sorbet ribbon. And I have a bolt of the one of the In Colors Leaving Us, the Starry Sky ribbon. So we'll be drawing a couple winners for those two prizes next week. And so hello to, I see we have Janie and Luann that have joined us. So welcome, and Donna, if I missed any of you, I apologize. I'm trying to see my comments as they're coming in here a little bit. Okay, so with that, are you guys ready to see what I've created for you tonight? Now, again, this is a class that you can purchase and have it shipped directly to you. If you are part of my online bingo event, I should mention that I'm also going to be getting, bingo kits went out today, but I have a couple people that registered just today, so their kits are going out. So it's kind of a last call for bingo as well. So if you have not registered for my online bingo event, that's next Wednesday, let me know. But 4 of these cards I'm going to be showcasing tonight is what your make and takes are. So if you're watching and you don't want to see them, you might want to cover your eyes. I'm joking. But we're doing Easter for you guys as well, because these cards were so fun to put together. All right, so with that, I'm going to transition down to my stamp area, and let's have some fun making some awesome spring Easter cards. Okay, so let me transition this down here. And you guys are going to get a little sneak peek here. Okay. Isn't that pretty cool? You guys seeing all the little sneak peeks and things? Okay, I'm going to move them out of the way because, you know, I can't show you guys all of it all at once, right? So let me just get adjusted here. I do need to bring in my iPad a little bit so I can see your guys' comments. Okay, so first I'm going to show you guys some of the products that we are going to, thank you, Philomena, some of the products that I used on tonight's projects, okay? So I'm going to start with the Excellent Eggs bundle. So this is the bundle that I used, and it is in our mini catalog. And this bundle sells for, oh, there it is, sells for $43. So it's a little bit more on the cheaper side for a bundle, to be honest. You get these eggs that you can stamp. You get Thinking of You, Happy Easter, There's No Bunny Like You, like that, Hello Spring. And then you get some of these dies that go with it. And these dies are pretty cool. You're going to see me how I created a really fun project with them. So you have this one. Now they're all kind of like stitched. So when you cut this egg out, it is indeed stitched. You'll see that here in just a bit. So you have these 3 different sizes of eggs that you can cut out with your machine. You have the little zigzag to make it look like it's an Easter egg, which is really, really cool. You have this little egg with all the pattern in it. Thank you, Philomena. You have these little things too for doing your eggs. And then you have a little bunny. And this bunny, I think, is my favorite part about this product suite, because you have this cute little bunny right here. And then the little bunny cuts out with this little die. Isn't that cute? So darn cute. So those are the dies that coordinate with it. And Easter is so early this year that I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to get going with this. I'm not used to doing Easter things until April. So that is the bundle that I'm using tonight. And then the products that I'm going to be using are these awesome little dots. Now these dots are called the Rainbow Adhesive Back Dots. It's what I actually gave away tonight. I think it's Carol who won these, but I love them. Do they not just kind of like scream spring? These are part of the hot air balloon suite, but I used them on my projects. And then I also used this 3-pack of twine, and I love this twine as well. So even though, again, the whole mixing up your bundles, I paired that with my Easter things. And then the designer series paper, I couldn't find my leftover pack of this, so I'm just going to show you it here in the catalog. And this is actually the one that I print, so there's no glare to it. But this is the designer series paper in the product suite called Lighter Than Air. And then you can see that all these products are kind of geared towards the hot air balloon stuff. But I used all 3 of these to create Easter projects. And I used the opposite sides of some of these papers. Now this paper would also be great for making baby cards, all kinds of stuff. I found myself using it for so much more than just cards designed with the hot air balloon. So this is 6x6 paper. So it's great for card making. And so you're going to see how I used it, not with this bundle, like I said, but how I used it with the Excellent Eggs bundle that I'm showcasing tonight. Okay, the first thing I'm going to start with is my cute little 3D project, okay? So this is my adorable little 3D project. Guys, it's just not flippin' cute. So this is what we're going to start with tonight. And I love this project. So, and I didn't tie it. I would probably have tied a knot here, but I didn't tie a knot in it because I wanted to be able to open it up easily to show you guys what's on the inside of this. So inside of here, I just put a couple of Hershey miniatures. Yeah, I shouldn't have, one's upside down, but that's okay, right? And then you can see here, they're just 2 eggs that I put together. And then I punched a hole and I tied it together with some of that baker's twine, or this, the twine. So I'm going to show you how easy it was to assemble that. Is that not the cutest thing ever? So for tonight, though, we are going to make a different color. So this is the largest egg that is in those die set. Okay, the largest egg in the die set. And you can see I've got it scored here on the bottom. Now what I did is in my paper trimmer, I set my egg in there and I put this to the 3-inch mark. I put it to the 3-inch mark and then I just scored it. Did the same thing on this one, put it at the 3-inch mark and then I just scored it. So these 2 little lines are just gonna fold in then. And these are going to then get glued together. I know, you guys, isn't it cute? So these just kind of got glued together then, like this, and it kind of brought it up like that. But first we're going to decorate one of these for the front. So I'm going to decorate this one, and the colors that I used on this one is I used for this one the Pool Party. I used the Moody Mauve, which, look at that, it matches my sweater perfectly. Telling you, Stampin' Up! Is like spot on with their colors. And then I used Petal Pink. Okay, so for this one, I'm using Petal Pink for the Easter egg, and then I'm using Pool Party, and then this color, the Moody Mauve, for the other strip. So again, I'm changing it up a little bit. And let me get my liquid glue. I left it over on my other table, so 1 second here. The one I have here doesn't work because I tried it once, so that's why I knew I had to go get my other one. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this liquid Tombow glue, and I'm just going to add some glue to the zigzaggy part. And again, I love that this has the whoops, I don't want the pen coming with me. I love that this has the little the stitched image look to it, because it just makes it look so pretty. And I'm just going to adhere this down to the top part, and then I'm just going to trim off the edges. So that way you don't have to worry about, you know, having, it's going to be too big, but that's okay. So I'm not going to worry about putting adhesive all the way to the end of that, because it's going to get cut off anyway. So now I'm just going to take the other one, and you can space these and do this any way that you'd like to, but I did mine like this. And then again, I'm going to kind of just put them up there and space it the best I can and glue that down. And I only decorated the front. I didn't decorate the back, but you could definitely decorate the back if you wanted to. And I'm just going to let those dry a little bit before I cut them off so that they have time to kind of set. And then these two are just going to get glued together. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this inside flap, just like that. And then this is going to get adhered down on the inside. And then you just kind of want to make sure that that sets a little bit. And you want to make sure that you don't throw it around like I did, that when you bring it up, the two are going to kind of mesh together, that you got to kind of eyeball it to make sure that it's going to work. So I'm just going to kind of push this down a little bit because I want this to get a good set before I really do too much more, because I don't want that to fall apart on me. So while we're letting that set, I am going to trim off these ends because they're a little bit long and we don't need them. So I'm just going to cut these off like that. And I'm going to get those out of my way because I don't want those in my way. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to line these up, and whatever you have for a hole punch, I used my crocodile that I call, and I've had this forever. We're just going to line them up and punch a hole, and that's going to be for my ribbon to go through at the top. Okay. And then from there, I used a piece for this one. I used the petal pink, but for this one, I'm going to use the pool party. Okay. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to leave a little bit of spot on this side for my cute little Easter bunny. Isn't he adorable? So that Easter bunny, I actually stamped that onto pecan pie cardstock. Oh, and this other side, I'm just going to cut an angle in, or do the little banner piece into it. But I stamped using pecan pie ink on pecan pie cardstock. Okay, so that way it would kind of all be, look like a cute little chocolate bunny. I wanted it to look like a chocolate bunny. Okay, so then gotta make sure which one of these I want, because I stamped it on the other side and it's kind of funky. There we go. So I'm just gonna put these dimensionals on here, and we're going to adhere this down here to the bottom like this. And then in advance, I've already stamped and cut a second little bunny. Look how cute he is. And then we're going to put a dimensional on that. This is not a cute little 3D project, you guys. And the neat thing is you could even put like a little pack of gummy bears in there, a little pack of miniature M&Ms. Feel free to comment if you guys could think of other awesomeness to put in there. I didn't want to go out and buy any candy specific, because then guess who eats it? You guessed it, me. So I used what I had laying around the house, and that's where I got these Hershey's. Now what I did do is I did put them in here with a couple of glue dots just to hold these in place, and it worked perfectly. So all I did was take my glue dots here, and I just put my candy bar on top of the glue dot, and it came up with it. Well, it did. There we go. And I'm going to do it on the opposite side here as well. Oh, lip gloss. Good one, Philomena. I like it. I'm just going to glue one here. So I'm gluing it right above where that score line is. Okay. But yeah, so many different cute little things you could put in here. Like I said, I'm just using these because I had them laying around left over from a project that I probably did at Christmas time. Believe it or not, I didn't eat it all, but I didn't want to go out and buy. I thought about stopping on my lunch today to get some like Easter candy. And I'm like, okay, Kim, if you buy the whole bag, you're going to eat it and you don't need candy. So anyway, from here, you can pick one of the cute little colors of the thread. And you can see here on the one that I did, I cut a little piece of, so you could tie it in a knot if you wanted to. I didn't want to do that because I wanted to be able to show you guys it. But that just went through, and then I just kind of brought it up and put it into a cute little loop-de-loop. You guys saw how I did it. You put it through, and then you wrap it in there, and that just kind of closes your, my hands are gluey a little bit here. So, but that's how I did this cute little treat. And it just kind of holds it all together and makes it look really cute. What do you guys think? Is that not a cute little project? Cute, cute, cute. And again, I just scored on the bottom a little bit. You can see how the bottom looks. I just glued those together and you have a cute little project. I know, isn't it awesome? I thought it was cute too. Okay, so there's your little 3D project. All right, so the first card that I'm going to be sharing with you is this card right here. Okay, so this one is a little bit of a different take on how you can do an Easter egg. So basically what I did on this card is I cut a piece of cardstock and cut out the egg. And then I let the designer series paper become the egg. Isn't that cute? Oh, Janie, I could so see you making them. I'm contemplating making them for my coworkers, other than the fact that I would need to make 24 of them. Oh, sure will, Shelby. Money will fit in there. Lottery tickets, all kinds of stuff. That egg is pretty big. Okay, so for this card, I chose to use Fresh Freesia for my card base. And then I have a layer of the Azure Afternoon, again, pulling from colors that are in this beautiful paper. Azure Afternoon, that's cut 5 1/4 by 4. And then this piece is cut 5 by 3 3/4. And we're just going to adhere all of those together. And again, the only ribbon that I used on these projects, oh, this one I didn't even put any little dots on. Imagine that. Okay, so there's my piece, and then we're going to glue that down to the card base. So hopefully this gives you guys some different ideas and ways that you can use this beautiful paper other than with that Light the Sky bundle. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a dimensional on the 4 corners of this piece. Now this piece, I don't even know how big it is to be exact. If you buy the class though, you get the tutorial for free. My tutorial is also $15 if you want to just purchase the tutorial. That is one service that I don't mention very much. And my team members get my tutorials for free. So if you've ever thought about, they get them at the end of every month. And so they usually get all my classes, tutorials. Okay, so that I'm just going to take off the little dimensionals on the back of this. Now this is the fun thing with this. So you could do this one of 2 ways. You could glue this down if you wanted to and then just weave this underneath, or you could glue it down right now. I find it easier to glue it down right away. And I'm just going to take a little bit of my liquid glue. I'm just going to kind of eyeball the centers here and stick this down on my piece. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of run this across. It's wide enough to fit that. Again, I'm going to let that sit just a little bit so that it has some time to sit up. So it doesn't fall off on me. That glue does take just a little bit of time to set. We're going to also trim off the edges of that. So I just don't want it to fall off there because it's not quite, you know, you guys know how that is. I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to carefully cut this off. And now we have an egg, right? Looks like a kind of funky egg. But once you put it down on your card, look at this, you guys. Is that not the cutest thing ever? Now, you could have added 2 of those ziggy lines if you wanted to, but I just added the 1. And then I made this card a thinking of you. So even though it's kind of got the Easter vibe to it, Yeah, the word vibe comes from my daughter. Even though it's got the Easter vibe to it, I made it more of a thinking of you card. And I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals down to this. I know, isn't that a cute concept? So you could use any of our designer series papers to actually make the egg. I'm going to add my thinking of you down there at the bottom of this. And then we can add in some of the little dots if you wanted to. And I have lost my take your pick tool. So I have it on my list to buy a new one because I don't know where mine is. But I'm going to add a couple of these colored little dots to this. I even asked Jen when she was here the other day if she saw it lately. And she's like, no, I haven't. So I don't know what in the world happened to it. But anyway, I'm just going to add a couple of these little dots. You can add them wherever you want. I'm just going to add them down here. But there you have a cute little card using that neat little technique where you cut out the egg from the paper and then have the egg be the designer series paper in the back. Quick and simple and easy, yet so cute and not adorable. All right, so that is my first card that I'm going to share with you. My second card is this one right here. And this one I think is probably one of my favorite cards. I got a lot of different things going on here with all of the different patterns and things like that, but I love how it turned out. So for this card, I chose to use Pool Party for my card base. So I'm just going to fold this in half. Another thing I wanted to mention, I know I've had a handful of you ask if I'm going to be doing an in color club with the new in colors coming out, and I am. I will definitely be doing an in color club for you to be able to get all of the new in colors. It's a great way to do it on like a budget where you get one color every month, and over 5 months you get all of the in colors. So I will be getting that ready over the next month or so for you guys to pre-register for that as well. So this is Pool Party, and then I just used this piece of paper and I cut it 5 by 3 3/4. Didn't do any kind of a layer under that. Can you guys believe it? You know me and my layers. I like to do layers, but I kind of liked it just like that. Pardon me, I had to get a quick drink of water, guys. Okay, and then I cut out one of those great big eggs. This is the same size of the egg that we used for the, for the 3D project. And that's going to get adhered down. And then we used one of the next size eggs, and I embossed that to give it a little bit of shape. This is I think it's like the paint splash one. I forget the name of it, but I wanted it to look like it was an egg, like a kind of an egg. Well, it is an egg, but you know what I mean, the texture of how eggs can be sometimes. So we're going to go ahead and just adhere this one down with my adhesive. And this got adhered down over on the bottom far left side like that. And then this egg is going to get adhered down like this. I actually may have cut the next size up, but that's okay. It'll work just as fine. As I was looking at that, I'm like, oh, it's a little bit bigger, but it's all good. It's going to work the same way. And then I have, this is that cute little egg that I showed you that has the pattern. And so when you cut this egg, look at the patterns you have, and then these pieces come out. Is that not the coolest thing ever? That's going to go right inside of this one. And so for that one, I'm going to use my liquid glue because I want to be able to get it on some of this more intricate little stuff. And that's going to go down here like this. And then I used the Hello Spring, and I punched it out with my 1 3/4 or I forget which circle punch I used. So that I did put on with some dimensionals. And then we're going to add the cute little bunny to it. Again, I couldn't help but do the cute little bunny. I love doing him in the brown. To me, it just reminded me of a chocolate Easter bunny for the Easter baskets. So the Hello Spring is going to go up here. Hello to Cindy and welcome. Cindy, your bundle or your package with your card kits went out today. So you could be looking for that to come. Wednesday nights is normally my big mail night. So anything that has to go out goes out on Wednesdays. So we had a bunch of stuff go out. Put my little bunny down there. Look how cute doesn't he just top this card, you guys? He's just so gosh darn cute. All right, last but not least, I added a little bow with the twine. So, and you can pick, again, the 3 colors that you have here is the blue, oh, I forget the actual 3 colors of it, but do they have it in the bag? It doesn't say, but to me it's more like your lemon lolly or daffodil delight, balmy blue, and calypso coral. But it doesn't say. Usually it has our Stampin' Up! Colors on it. But anyway, so you can pick one. I'm going to pick the yellow for this one just because I like the yellow with the yellow. And I'm hoping I can do a bow. I may have to forfeit, you guys, doing these because I got sticky fingers from using the liquid glue. But you guys get the gist of it. You're going to make a little bow. Yeah, it's sticky to my hands. My hands are just a little sticky. Let me pull that a little bit bigger. I'm going to make it work. There we go. And then you're going to use a glue dot to adhere this down. Hopefully it doesn't stick to me. There we go. And then my little bow is just going to go down here like this. Ta-da! I did it! Sticky hands and all. Okay. As I'm trying to rub off the adhesive. All right, so there you have it. My cute little card. And again, I know this yellow one's a little bit bigger, but look, it looks just as fine as well. This is the lemon lolly. So I pulled the lemon lolly from this striped paper. You can see here I got lots of different patterns going on, but does that card not scream Easter? I just love that one. Okay, so there is my card number 2. My next card that I'm going to be sharing with you is this beautiful card right here. So this one, again, this one I did indeed make the, I kind of do too, Shelby. I did indeed make this one Easter. So you can kind of, like I said, mix and match and do whatever you want with those colors. So for this one, I chose to use Bubble Bath. I pulled in the Bubble Bath from the Designer Series paper. And so Bubble Bath is my card base of choice on this one. And then I have a layer of the Balmy Blue 5 1/4 by 4. Whoops. Followed by a piece of the Designer Series paper that is 5 by 3 3/4. Okay. And so we're just going to adhere all of those together. So we're going to adhere these together like this and put this down like this. Isn't that pretty just like that, you guys? I mean, look how pretty that is. Okay, and then for eggs. So this is that medium-sized egg that I used with that embossing folder again. And that is going to go down to the middle. Now, this solid one, I did indeed just put down directly onto it. I didn't do any dimensionals, but I did use dimensionals on the 2 little decorative ones. So for this one, I'm just going to glue it down kind of to the center here. And then I have one of those awesome decorative eggs in Lemon Lolly and one in Petal Pink. Oh, they look so pretty. So those I did indeed do dimensionals, and I just put 2 dimensionals along the middle of it. I didn't worry about putting it down on the other sides or the other pieces here. So I'm going to put dimensionals down onto this middle part. And I'm going to put one of the eggs like this. And then the other one I put up a little bit farther like that. And then we have Happy Easter. So the Happy Easter is I stamped in Balmy Blue. And so I'm just going to cut this one off at an angle. And then this one I'm going to cut off like that. And it just goes up here at the top. Happy Easter with, again, wonderful dimensionals. Thank you, Peggy. Yeah, these were so fun to do. And you know, at first I was like, they don't have a whole lot in there for Easter, like for paper and things like that. And then I saw this paper with the other bundle and I'm like, I'm just going to use that one. I think it'll work fine. And I love how it turned out. All right, so then I added a little bow, a couple little bows to the eggs. So I did use the blue. Since the big egg was blue, I used the blue for the little bows. So hopefully I got the glue off my hands so I can make some little bows. If not, we'll forfeit it because, you know, oh, this one definitely was easier to do. You just got to kind of play with it a little bit and get it to kind of go the way you want it to go. But I love this twine for the fall, or for the spring. We don't want to go backwards. We don't want to go to fall. No, no, no. And then adding a glue dot here to this bow. And my nails are a little bit longer than normal, so I need to get them a little bit shortened when I go next week. Okay, well, you get the gist of it on that one, even though the bow's a little crooked on that one. And then we're gonna make one more with the blue. So I'm just gonna tie this on, maybe. My hands are still kind of sticky, so this is really wanting to just stick to me. I usually don't have this much trouble tying bows, but of course, you know, I have all you guys watching as I'm trying to do it and struggling. Okay, there we go. And gonna cut off the little tails on that one and adhere this with a glue dot as well to the other little egg. So again, you can fix them up later, however you want. The final thing that I did was added some of those awesome little dots to the other egg to make it look like it was a little bit of a patterned egg. So you can take any of these little ones that you want to use, a bunch of the little ones, and added them. Again, I don't have my take your pick tool, so I'm going to improvise with my scissors, I think, and add some of these on wherever you want them to be. But I'm not going to add any of the pool party ones because they won't show up the best. So, ta-da, we're just going to go with that. And there you have another cute card using this awesome stuff. All right, you guys ready for my next card? Okay, so my next card is going to be this one right here. So I was trying to come up with a cute little way to use those adorable little bunnies in different ways. And so you can see I have one that's straight on, and then I have a couple that are a little bit different. And what I did to color those is you can use any color that you want. I stuck with my light pecan, and I also colored the inside of the bunny's ears and the nose with my petal pink. So my little bunnies here are already pre-stamped, so all I have to do is color them. So I am going to color them with the light pecan pie. Pecan pie has been my color of choice for this cute little bunny because it just, again, reminds me of a chocolate Easter bunny, the way it looks and everything. So, oops, and then I colored on top of his ears. That's okay. We can still go back on top of it with the other. All right, so we're just going to color in his face, his body. So fun. And then the third one here. And again, this is just the light pecan. So nothing fancy, no fancy coloring. Okay, and then I'm gonna come back in with my, this is my dark petal pink. Just gonna kind of add a little bit. It might not show up the greatest, but I did add a little bit on top of it to the nose. You won't see it a lot, but a little. All right, then we're gonna have our three circles here that these are the coordinating size. These are the balmy blue, and we're just going to adhere these down to the circles. So that way that part is done. And they're going to layer perfectly. right in here like that. So fun. Okay, now we're ready to put and assemble the rest of the card. So I chose to, once again, use the bubble bath. I love this amazing color. And then we have a layer of 5 1/4 by 4 of the, oh, she would. You should invite her to my page, Shelby, and let her see all this awesomeness. All right, so then we're just going to layer these two pieces together. So it is the Balmy Blue, that's 5 1/4 by 4, Designer Series paper that is 5 by 3 3/4. Those are just going to get adhered down to the card base together like that. And then I have a little yellow strip here of the Lemon Lolly, and it's embossed with that awesome embossing folder that I used for the Easter eggs. And so for this, I'm just going to adhere it down along the edge of this. So this is 5 by 1. Okay, so 5 by 1. And now we're going to just go ahead and adhere our cute little bunnies on using some dimensionals. Perfect. Perfect, Shelby. So I'm just going to add a couple of dimensionals to each one of these circles. And then from there, we can add on, taking off the little backings real quick, because I want to add the one that is the straight on one into the center first, and then kind of add the other ones accordingly. So here he is. So we're just going to add him like that, and then I am going to add this one like that, and this one down here on the bottom like that. So again, you can kind of add them any which way that you'd like to add them. And then here I have my little Happy Easter with some of the twine that I did in a circular motion. So let me show you that twine. I used the blue, but for this one, I'm going to use some yellow. And all I did to do this is I held, let me get that out of the way so I don't have this sticking to it. But you hang on to, you can either use 3 fingers, 4 fingers to make your loops. I think I'm going to do all 4 so I have a bigger loop. And you just wrap it around your fingers, and then you're going to cut that off. And I'm using my left hand to cut this because I don't want to, you know, it works. And then all I do is I take this off. Okay, there it is, right? And I twist it like a figure 8. And then I'm just going to adhere it down to that big piece of adhesive that I have there. All right. Then we're going to add the Happy Easter. So I have the Happy Easter stamped already on a 3/4 inch strip. And I'm just going to cut my little banner into it on this side. And I did put that down with some dimensionals, but where I'm going to be putting that, it's going to cover up that adhesive. That's why I was strategic in putting the adhesive just in a little strip right there. So, man, my hands are sticky, you guys. This stuff's flying everywhere. Didn't think I got that much glue on my fingers. Okay, so then we're just going to add this down to my card right here like that. And then from there, we're just going to kind of center or break apart these little pieces. Okay, so you can see here, I'm just kind of pulling them apart to give it a little bit more definition, and it's still going to hold really good because you got it stuck in there with that adhesive. And voila, you have a little cute little ribbon underneath your piece. Isn't that cute? I think I like the blue better. I think the blue just shows up a little bit better. But isn't that fun? Very fun card. Topped it off with a few of those little dots. You can use any colors of those that you would like on the card. Okay, last but not least, my final card for the night, you guys, is this cute little card right here. So again, when I'm designing my projects, I like to showcase the entire stamp set and stuff if I can. And I hadn't used, well, I didn't use this one, but I hadn't used this cute little bunny one yet. And that, of course, that stamp coordinates with one of the egg dies as well. So I stamped this, again, and you guessed it, pecan pie, and then cut that out for this card. So for this one, I chose Lemon Lolly for my card base, just because I wanted it to be a cute little springy type card. And look at the little saying on this one. There's no bunny like you. I know, right? Okay, so I used Lemon Lolly. I layered it with basic white, and then I have another layer of Lemon Lolly and embossed with one of the embossing folders from our annual catalog. So I'm just going to adhere all of these together. Oops, maybe if my adhesive will work. It's being a little finicky with my embossed piece. Okay, and then this is going to get adhered down to my card base like this. And then from there, here's the little egg that I've got stamped already in advance, and that's just going to get adhered directly down, stamped and cut until I re-inked my ink pad to get a little bit of a better stamped image on this one. So that's going to go down like that. And then I have the cute little decorative egg, and this egg I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on the back of this. So just 2 of them. And that is going to go up here like this. And you guessed it, guys. Look at that cute little bunny. I couldn't resist. Every single card had to be a chocolate bunny. Because you know what's Easter without chocolate bunnies? Put him down there in the bottom like that. Excuse me, had to get another drink of water, guys. And then I wanted to do bring in another different color. And I had this little scrap probably sitting by me of the old olive. And so we're going to cut that at an angle. I cut all of them at an angle tonight. And then use a couple dimensionals to put this down as well. Whoops, let me get another dimensional. There we go. And that's just going to go up here at the top. And then you guys guessed it, the final thing was to add the little dots to the card. All right, so let me bring in all these fun little projects that we created tonight. I'm going to make sure I bring in the ones that have all the cute little dots and things on them. So we have for you tonight these awesome cards right here. Let me bring them all back in. So we have this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. And then my cute little 3D projects. Where did I put those? Oh, they're hidden on me. Okay, so these are my cute little 3D projects if you joined a little bit late. These were so fun to do with that great big egg, and that's just 2 of them. 2 eggs glued together, scored. So again, what I did is I put the egg in at the 3-inch mark, 3-inch, and then I just scored accordingly to get myself a little bit of a scored look there. And then we're just going to tie that shut, and you can add any kind of candy or any kind of projects that you want to that. But it's a cute little Easter egg project. So you can see here I did a couple of them. And then all I did was punch the hole in the top here and tied it shut to have a cute little project. So anyway, these were my awesomeness for you guys for tonight. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Now this class is one of my classes this month. Those of you that have already purchased it, there's a handful of you. It is going to be going out tonight. I'm getting it ready for all of you right after my Facebook Live. And so that way you guys get it in plenty of time to be able to put your projects and your cards together so you can use them. And I thank you guys all so very much for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you guys back here next week for some more stamping fun. All right, everyone, have a great weekend, and I will be back with you all soon. Bye.